Good morning. This morning is Product Review Friday, and this morning I'm going to be reviewing plant milks. So from a vegan perspective, vegans will avoid dairy because of animal ethics, and while I don't disagree with that, the plant-based philosophy avoids dairy because of the negative health, the detrimental health effects. So dairy is a saturated, contains saturated fat and lots of cholesterol. So this is one of the biggest things is the relationship with heart disease, with high cholesterol and saturated fat. It's also a hormonal liquid, so for someone like me who's had breast cancer, I don't want the extra estrogen. One of the other aspects is the China study by Dr Colin T Campbell showed that the protein in dairy is called casein, and that has been shown to accelerate the growth of tumours. So there are lots of reasons why people avoid dairy, and one of the things that you hear straight away is, well, don't we need dairy for calcium? And, once again, there is no evidence showing that. In fact, there was a massive study looking at over 70,000 women over an 18-year period, which showed that there was no benefit of drinking dairy milk to prevent osteoporosis. Now, one of the reasons why our recommended daily intake of calcium is so high is because of all the foods that increase the excretion of calcium. And one of those foods is dairy itself. So dairy and all of animal products and alcohol and coffee all increase the excretion of calcium. So yeah, when you think about that, you think, well, if I'm not having those things, I actually don't need as much calcium. So we don't need to be drinking any kind of plant milk for either a protein source or a calcium source. Now, many of these are fortified with calcium, so that's great. If you do want to have your plant-based milk providing you with some calcium, then absolutely try them and find one that you like that's got some calcium in it. But you don't need it. When you follow a plant-based diet, there are so many foods which are rich in calcium. So we don't need it for a protein source, we don't need it for a calcium source. So really, what are the benefits of a plant-based milk? Well, not much really. Really, they are for enjoyment. They are so that you have something to enjoy your coffee or your tea or put on your cereal. It is important to check the ingredients because, once again, some of the ingredients aren't that crash hot. Some of them are very high in sugar, although I would be more worried about how much fat is in your plant-based milk of choice. Yeah, look, that's why I go for an organic one. It's got activated almonds, that just means they've been soaked overnight, and really whether it's I like the taste of it pretty much. I'm not going because it's I am going because it's organic, not going so much because it's activated. So it is important to have a look at the ingredients and find one that is fortified if that's what you want to do. What is the difference between almond and oat and rice and soy? Well, not a lot. I think probably the one that people worry about the most really is the soy. Soy can be higher in fat because it is quite a fatty legume. So if you are looking at weight loss, then you might need to consider that. There is the only stipulation with the soy is that you make sure that it's organic, because then it won't be genetically modified, and that it's made from whole soybeans, not soy protein isolates. And it will definitely, it says it on the front, it's a marketing thing, but it's also a health benefit. So, lots of reasons to embrace the plant milks as an enjoyment, to help you feel like you're not missing out, so that there's that enjoyment factor in your diet. But yeah, just make sure that if you are looking for it as a calcium source, find one that is fortified. And yeah, pretty much, if you've got any questions, pop them below, and I'll see you soon.